Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is episode 1417 of Blind Magic in Alice Springs. Fear. Yeah, absolute fear. I've faced plenty of my fears over my journey, and I told you recently about the fears that I have. I spoke about the fear of now swimming on the shoreline, even on beaches in Australia because of all the shark attacks. But I've found a way to avoid that, folks, and that is just not do it. Yeah, just not do it. And I've had plenty of fears over my life in sport. I can remember that when I clocked the fastest time in Australia for a vision-impaired person over 60 metres. Yeah, I clocked an Australian record, and I did that all on my own. That was fear, running without a runner. And I remember the first treatment that I ever gave to a client. That was fearful. Started me on my myotherapy journey. But in recent times, I have confronted a very, very strong enemy, and that is these seizures. I can remember walking with Priscilla, my support worker, at a car park in Brisbane, the Churnside Shopping Centre, and I can remember that the power of the seizure was so prominent that it flung me free of her. And I remember saying to her, I'm going to die. And my fear was that even if I survived, my brain would be very, very damaged, because I truly did believe that my head was going to strike something very hard at great speed and be so damaged, that is, the brain so damaged, that it wouldn't be worth being brought back. But brought back I was through the courtesy of, and I've spoken about this on several occasions, the CPR and, of course, the defibrillation machine. And here I am speaking to you today. What a miracle. What a miracle. And considering that I was baptized when I was around 2-3 years of age, I know who is responsible for that miracle. Jesus Christ, without a doubt. And Christ will decide when I join him in heaven. So whilst I may know how I'm going to pass, I just don't know when. That decision is up to the Lord. So what's my game plan in terms of facing up to these seizures? What is my game plan? Well, first of all, I intend having as few seizures as is humanly possible before I pass. And so I have upped the amount of medication that I'm taking in order to try and nullify these seizures. Yes, we've gone to 1,000 milligrams. That was yesterday. Today is the second. I'm here in Australia on Sunday, and today will be the second day of the 100 milligram approach. And I also do have a game plan of getting down as low as is possible, as low to the ground as possible. So if I am flung free, or if I do fall, it's from not a great height. Yeah, that's sort of the game plan. But if I am to have a seizure, I also have breathing techniques all ready to go, but it's my attitude that is going to be my greatest weaponry against these seizures, my attitude. And my attitude now is, if God calls me, the Lord calls me. That is up to him. But until then, I have a great support team. We do have a plan, and I also have medication in order to nullify the amount of seizures that I have. There's sort of not much more I can do, folks, not much more I can do. But if you're out there, and if you're in my position, develop your game plan. Yeah, develop your game plan. And if you do, you will find that the fear is lessened. The fear will absolutely be lessened if you have a game plan. I've even got a helmet here, by the way, folks, because where I am at Blind Magic headquarters, a lot of hard surfaces around. Yeah, a lot of things that could knock me out, that's for sure. But I do have a helmet. And as I said, I have a magnificent team, beautiful people, and the Lord is on my side. I know that, having been baptized so young, and I thank the Lord every day, and I thank the Lord for my auntie who organised that, ensured that that happened. So the Lord is walking with me every single day. I wonder what your fear is. If it's not seizures, I wonder what it is. Develop your game plan. Develop it today and face your fear with knowledge that the Lord is also there with you. The Lord is absolutely there with you. So pray to the Lord about your fear. Ask him to be with you, and he will be. And at the end of the day, having the protection of the Lord is like having an armor of steel wrapped around you. Okay, folks, as I turn to my producer today, I think we're at episode 1417. And it's been a Blind Magic Communications production.